Hi everyone, thanks for joining. Today is going to be my second attempt at doing the lollipop swirl. I've included the recipe along with this video. I'm using a recipe that is a slow trace recipe, which is really important in this technique because you're going to want to have a lot of time to work when you're pouring the soap and making sure you get all in the mold before it sets up. It is a soap that you do have to be patient with when you're adding all the um, different layers of the soap to the mold, and I'll show you in a minute. Once you have all of the oils measured out, you want to go ahead and mix the oil in the lye water solution and keep your temperatures as cool as you can. I try to do these around room temperature. As you could see, they're close to about 100 degrees, which is low. Ideally, you'd want to be closer to probably about 110, but 100 was okay for me. So I went ahead and I started mixing, and I wanted to make sure I got this to a light trace. Or if you're really good at soap making, you can do this right at emulsification. I just have a harder time with that, so I try take it all the way to a light trace. Once that you have your oils mixed, you can start dividing them out into separate containers. I would recommend at least 3 to 4 colors. 3 is probably a little bit easier if you're a beginner, 4 if you want something more advanced. And then you can also add your fragrance oil too once everything's mixed. I am doing an essential oil blend for this one because it is a special order. I did a blend of lavender, cedarwood, and lemongrass, and you can use any essential oils that you want. You just want to make sure that you're getting essential oils that say they are 100% pure essential oils and that they're not cut with a type of carrier oil, because some essential oils, or some people market them, if they're super cheap, that's probably why, is because they're not 100% oil. So on these you can see it just contains the actual ingredient of the essential oil. So I've split my batch off into the 3 colors today. I'm doing a blue, purple, and yellow because I thought that would be nice for the yellow for the lemongrass, the blue I guess is the cedarwood, and the purple for the lavender. I'm using a Pringles can for the mold just because I don't have a round mold. And what you want to do is basically start to pour very slowly and try to keep the pour actually on the side of the mold, so it's dripping down the side, not going directly to the center of the mold. And then each time you pour, you want to rotate the mold or container that you're using and just make sure that the soap doesn't break through the layer is what you want to do. So if you pour it down the side, it helps with it breaking through the layer. And you do kind of want to move quickly, only because like I said before, the soap will start to set up quickly, and then the layers, as you're pouring them, the soap doesn't move in, I guess you could call it like the lollipop sort of swirl design. So you want to make sure you keep all the batter fluid. As you can see, I kind of stir mine as I go along, just because the essential oils do kind of make it thicken up a little bit. So I'll show you in a second, but once I got done pouring all the soap, I noticed the next day I had a layer of oil sitting on top of the soap. I'm pretty sure it was essential oils, but I'm not 100% sure. I did pour some of it off, and then later in the day I noticed more oil sitting on top of the soap. So the soap was at I think it was curing for about 48 hours at that time. I went ahead and took it out of the Pringles can mold and just set it aside and let it sort of dry out itself. And then eventually the oil just went back into the mold, because you can see as the ones that were in the other container, they didn't have any oil sitting on top. And this is the final product of all the soaps. I think I'm getting better at this technique. I will be trying it again soon. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.